Right, once again, we have Akron losing to UCLA 57-53. With us in the postgame press conference, head coach John Gross, along with student athletes Xavier Castaneda and Enrique Freeman. Coach, heck of a game out there tonight, probably the most entertaining game of the four. Begin with your opening statement.
Sure. Obviously, we're disappointed. I know these guys are to my right, the guys back in the locker room. I am as well. But I think my biggest disappointment is I don't get to keep coaching this team. Over the last 9 games, I told them back in the locker room, it's about as much. I've had some really good teams. I've been very blessed, fortunate, and had some great teams to be around and coach and that I really enjoyed. But this one's right up there at the top over the last 9 games. And it's because of the character of guys like these 2 guys and the guys that are back in that locker room. So that's the most disappointing thing. Obviously, the loss, disappointing as well. I thought we had a chance to win it. I thought in some ways and aspects deserved to win it, but that's not the way it works sometimes. You know, obviously give them credit. I thought a couple guys stepped up for them and made big shots late in the game. I thought Campbell's 3 was huge. You know, we had our chances. Defensively, I thought we were spectacular, quite frankly. And then offensively, we had some empty possessions here and there that we'll probably take a look at some point in time and wish we could have back. But, you know, that's the way it works. I'm proud of our guys for how hard they fought. I thought we were super physical. I thought we played together. And, you know, as X said after the game in the locker room there, we win together, we lose together. It's what we do. So, you know, obviously this one didn't go our way, and we got to figure out how to use it in some ways. This span over the 9 games, I told them you want to go, you know, Proverbs says you want to go fast, you go alone. You want to go far, you go together. And so hopefully they've learned that over the last 9 games. You know, the opportunities that we had had a lot to do with the character of the guys and the fact that they stuck together and played together and they were a real team. And so, you know, I feel blessed to have coached this particular team.
Starting in the back.
Jake Murren, WZIP Akron. Question for Coach John Gross. What a season, what a game this was. What was the sentiment in the locker room after the game? And you said you had won some aspects of the game. Can you elaborate on that? What aspects were you talking about?
I think the locker room, when you put what you put into this like we do, all of us together, players, staff, support staff, I mean, it's a total team effort. There's a lot of people involved in this, from our administration to support staff and players and, you know, just a ton of people that are involved to do something like we were able to do and have the opportunity to compete today. So when you do that, it hurts, right? It's supposed to hurt because you invest a lot. You make a heck of a commitment across the board. So I think there was a sense of disappointment. I told them that was normal. I'd be disappointed if they weren't disappointed. You know, we believed that we could win the game. We prepared that way. And it just fell a few points short.
Marla Ridenauer, Akron Beacon Journal. Yeah, Enrique, what do you think? I mean, he talked about how good your defense was. How did you guys keep up that physical nature the whole time? And what do you think happened down at the end that enabled them to take over?
Just like Coach said, I think they hit some some really good shots at the end of the game. Campbell hit that 3, stepped up, hit some good shots. I think our defense was pretty good tonight, and as a team, we worked together to try to make something happen great.
And Xavier, you came through with big baskets every time you basically needed one. What were you feeling like about that, and did that add any pressure down the stretch when your team was probably looking for you?
No. My mentality was just to win the whole entire game, defensively, offensively, you know, just win the possession. That was basically my mentality going throughout the game.
Jeff Longville, WZIP Akron. Question for Coach. Do you think the success you had this season is something you can build on for next season?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do. I'm haven't had a ton of time to think about that because our focus has been on what we're doing right now, what's in front of us. And that was the game today. So, But yeah, we take pride in trying to find a way to take everything that we go through, and that's why we've been able to think this group's been able to deal with roster changes and COVID cancellations and postponements and 3 games in 5 days 3 or more times when only 2 or 3 teams in the league did that. We were one of them, you know. Guys coming out of quarantine playing pretty quickly, you know, obviously through protocol and playing, you know, sacrificing for the team. So we've been through a lot. I think it galvanized our group, made us even more together. Certainly something that we can build on when we get a chance to reflect, and we will do that. Right now is just, you know, not the time.
If there's any questions on Zoom, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll take one after this next question in the room.
Andy Dekoff, Portland Tribune. Coach, just talk a little bit about a game like this on this stage, an NCAA tournament game, the nightcap against a program like UCLA. What does that do? And then to perform like this in that as well, what does that do for the program prestige of a school like Akron?
Well, I mean, these guys, we got to the point where over the last 9 games, I mean, we believed that we could beat anybody by the way that we prepared, how together we were a team. You know, that's kind of how we operated. So I hope that people enjoyed watching these guys as much as I enjoyed coaching them. Because it's a special group, pretty obviously tough and together. I mentioned all those things already. I mean, so, you know, obviously I hope the people back at home, and I think they did, because we represented the city of Akron, obviously, today. We represented the university, all the students that have gone there before, currently, and, you know, hopefully they enjoyed. We brought a smile to their face a little bit because, you know, where we're from, it's, you know, you got to earn stuff. It's blue collar. That's the way that Northeast Ohio is. And so this team, I think that relationship with Northeast Ohio, I mean, I hope they enjoyed watching this team, because I think it embodied a lot of the values that are a part of our community.
Marlen.
Yeah, for you 2 players, I just wondered, there was a lot of upsets earlier in the day. I mean, I know you guys were confident, but were you aware of any of that, you know, that just maybe that added some fuel or excitement to what lay ahead?
No, I think I wasn't aware. We were very locked in on today's game. So I think the last games, 4 or 5 games, we've always been picked to be the underdog. So this is nothing new. So we just came in it like how we go every game.
Any other questions in the back?
Jake Murren, WZIP. Question for Enrique. I know you fouled out late in the game, about 2 minutes left. I know it could have been harder. Watching your team go out there with those 2 minutes, being on the bench, what was that like?
A part of me, you know, was a little disappointed in fouling out, and then part of me also knew I can trust my team and to cheer them on to get it done.
Anyone else? All right, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Congratulations
guys.
on a great season.